Alright. YouTube is live, as well as Twitch, maybe. Come on, Twitch. Take your time, Twitch! Of course, Twitch takes longer. Didn't know Twitch takes longer to set up. That's definitely something maybe get used to here. So let's see if that's working now. Alright. Which one? Oh, that's a good point. She has like 3. Okay. Good point. Good point. Good point. I never thought I would think about that. It's the Hyperdimension one. Oh dear lord, that's not where I want the chat. There we go. But yes, we're doing the Hyperdimension variant. No, our best CPU. It tastes soft. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Might be a little too loud at the moment. There we go. That's down. Let us see here. Let me just Blender launching here. Can't watch right now. Bye bye, Eagle. Okay, see you, Shovel. Okay, Shovel. Alright. So, today is going to be a little bit different. For those of you who know that I do a lot of modeling, this request was to do Blanc's Hyperdimension hat. I've never done clothing before, so let's see how this turns out. But right now we're just gonna go with the usual stuff. Let's do a little bit of not a brutta. What? My goodness, guys. And before backstabs. Backstabs Mikey anyway. So yes, let's go ahead and do the usual stuff that we need to do. First thing, we'll get to image collection in a second, but I do want to point one thing out real quick. I did have one a save for this preloaded. Most of that is having Blanc's model in here. This is kind of important to have, so we can have a reference to make sure that the hat fits her, technically. It's important that things work like that. Gotta make sure we have the reference correctly, so at least it looks like it should. So we already have Blanc with us. So, first thing I need to do real quick is do basically some resource collection. You guys have seen this before. I'm going to launch one of the games that I need to, which is I'm probably just going to do Mega Dimension, because Mega Dimension's got probably one of the better resources, or better ways of collecting it. So, I'm going to go ahead and kill the music real quick. Now, I know it's going to say that I'm doing something else, but I have to get this first, so give me 1 second here. So let me pull up some images, some references. Thought I can get that pretty well set up. I could probably do this ahead of time, but I mean, if anyone's trying to watch me and, so they can learn how to model, it does help people to kind of see, you know, how reference collection should be done if you need to get reference photos for modeling, because reference is kind of key. You do need to have reference a lot, otherwise it's going to make things difficult. And conveniently, we are in Loey's arc, so it makes it all the more perfect timing. Alright, so let us get a good view of Blanc here. So this will maybe actually be a little bit difficult to do. Let me see here. One of the biggest and most important things to do is to try and get roughly... The way that usually you want to get is kind of a front view like this, where you can kind of see what the hat looks like. Having her hammer here is a little inconvenient, honestly. So I'll try to get about right here, probably, just to kind of see the front. I'm actually going to move it right back here so I can see it a bit better. So, unfortunately, her face is going to be covered, but that's something that's going to have to deal with. Alright, so, screenshot that. Get a side portrait view so we can kind of get a better idea of what it looks like. And I guess I'm probably going to need a back, too, so that way I can at least have a good idea as how the thing fully revolves around. So I'm going to get a back as well. And there's not really any need to go for a top view, since really all I'm going to get is that, like, puffy part of her hat. So Hawk is your role and I am your role. What? Omar, what you mean, man? What do you mean, Omar? Alright. So I think... Oh, hey, Mikey. So I think we're good to go. I kind of see how this is going to work. This is definitely going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. But I think this will be a good learning one for me since I am very new to the whole clothing area. So, let's kind of see how this turns out. I think what I'm going to have to do here... Do you guys see my cursor here? Hopefully you guys can. So I'm going to explain this real quick. Ask Mikey, he knows the way. Does he now? So, alright, so this brown part's going to be this kind of a not really a 3D thing, but more of a kind of blocky rectangle bit, except for here, which will kind of stand out a bit. That'll be pretty easy to create. That will kind of be pushed in this way. I think this part itself, this little lip right here, hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully you guys can see my cursor, otherwise this is all for nothing. This little bit with the frills right there going around the hat will be its own item as well. And then the last bit will be the puffy bit, like top of the hat. So what we're gonna have, looks like maybe, I'm gonna probably do this, the frills as its own part too. So it looks like we're probably gonna have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, maybe 6 or 7 parts, I think. This could be its own, the whole frill could be its own part, and that'd be easy to do. The world is propane. Hi Hank Uzumaki. But, you could definitely get some of those working. Alright, let's try that out. So go ahead and close this up. So, thank you, Hyperdimension. We have what we need, I believe. I might be wrong. Let us hope this works out. Hey, Vegan, there he is. The one who has requested this model. You guys all know this. Oh boy, this song's coming up now. Of course. No, I'm gonna skip this one, because we don't need this one right now. Oh, let's just do this one. Alright. So let me go pull up those photos real quick. Oh, where am I gonna put this? Yeah, we can see the cursor. Oh, that's good. I should sleep, but fuck it. It's been a really long time since I was on a Hawk live stream. Oh, that's fine, Omar. Glad you're willing to stick around, but don't be afraid to get some shut-eye if you have to, man. These are all archives, so you'll never have to worry about it. And glitchies even on Twitch. Alright, so let's get to work on this then. I'm gonna move Blanc forward here. Let's do this. Shift to center, cursor to center, selection cursor, there we go. So like I said, I'm having her in here so I can get a good idea as to how the references should be here. So I'm going to minimize this for now. It did come with the hat on here, with her model, but I just went ahead and removed it. So you're gonna see the artifact of the hat right here. Ignore that. Let me go ahead and I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead and shift S. Cursor to, oh no, switch to cursor. No, wait. Cursor to center. I am a goof. Alright, so how am I gonna start this bit here? Okay. I think what I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna try a cube here. We'll try a cube at the start. Start everything off with the cube. Usually that's the best way to go. So we'll take this up here. So I'm gonna need to really get a good perspective here. So what are you doing? Hank, I am building a 3D model of, well, Blanc's hat. This is my first time doing a clothing item, so hopefully this will work out. Am I still centered? I think so. So one of the things I'm definitely going to have to rely on a lot for this model in particular is mirror. This will significantly reduce the amount of work I have to do, but will save me a lot of time. Whoops. So yes, for those of you, again, this is going to be the Hyperdimension, not Hyperdimension, Hyperdimension, Neptunia, Mega Dimension, and maybe Hyperdimension, a soundtrack playing in the background. That's a little awkward. Hi. Don't move, okay? Oh boy. So yes, we're going to be a little up close and personal here with Blanc. You said Blanc's the best CPU. No, Blade! I never said anything was wrong with that. Are you sure you're not the mistaken one? Hey, Blade, how you doing, man? Alright, so let's see if I can get this good. I think that's good to go. I want to get this roughly about right where the center of our... Because it needs to start out about right here. So I'm going to move about right there, but it needs to not collide too much here. There we go. I'm good. I'm doing good. Just drop it in for a bit. Oh, no problem. Welcome, man. Let's go in the Z direction. Alright, I don't want to give it too much room. I think this will be fine. Alright. Hawkfish stores are cookie. Blade, I'm sorry, Usame. Oh, okay. No need for that. No need for that, good sir. Alright, so let's try this now. So what I'm going to do is quickly extrude out and set up. Basically, I want to quickly build in a almost like a capsule shape on top of her here, or at least get the general shape of where it should be. Each piece should be. It's going to be going through her right now like a diamond, but that's because of the way that I am going to be building this. Rotate Z, 90 degrees, not that way. Rotate Z. That is not rotate, that's extrude. How did Blender, what are you doing? There we are. Thank you. That was weird. Alright, so we're gonna extrude this out one more time. Well, right here actually. Try to bring that about right there. I think that's all we need to do. Wouldn't a cylinder be more practical? In some degrees, yes. The problem with the cylinder in this case is going to be you can't really custom fit a cylinder that well. With the square, I'll be able to kind of set its curve better. And in some areas, like especially when we get to do the bit right here, we're going to be able to easily customize that a lot more. It's going to be harder to do with a cylinder because the primitive shape's going to be this round... How can I say this? How can I describe this? This kind of round bit. So yes, well, I guess the cylinder could be pretty practical, but it does not work out as well, I don't think. Rotate Z, -90. I need to delete this face, but I'm going to have to do that afterwards. Actually, let's go get rid of that now. Face, go into first mode. Okay. Cookie, you got bronchitis. Oh no! Cookie, no! Let's see here. So I'm really got to focus on and make sure my selections are good here, because this is going to be a problem if I let that happen too much. Let's see. This way. Plus, you can with a hat or with this cube too, you can kind of set how many points can work around this, making it very easy to work with. So I can actually make a lower poly, more controlled kind of hat design here. Actually, I'm actually more than certain a few people would use this cylinder though. Let's see here. So I'm probably I'm gonna be probably pretty quiet here because I'm gonna try to see if I can figure this, not really figure this out, but per se, but try to just focus here. Oops, this. Let's see. Yes, I think if we did it this way though, it would definitely be easier on controlling this overall shape. But anyone know who Twit Gamer's favorite CPU is? I'm actually curious. I have no idea actually. That's never something I thought about, honestly. Oh good lord, this song. Run guys, the marching band. Whoops. So going off of one of our reference photos here, the actual like front bit, this little what's supposed to look like I guess it's not really a circle, it's almost a circle, seems to go all the way till about the end of this. So what I need to do is get that about right there. Glitchy. Whoa. Blender can be very... Whoa! Blender, calm down. I actually think these can actually pop back a little bit here. Let's see, yeah, that looks pretty good there. Yeah, I definitely recommend asking him, man. Probably gonna be your quickest way to find out that answer. Alright, I think we're looking pretty good at the start there. I'm gonna go ahead and see. What I'm gonna go ahead and do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and add in multi-resolution. We're gonna get a weird looking bit here at the edges, but that's only because multi-resolution's not sure what to do about those cliffs. So here you can kind of have that custom shape a bit more. It almost kind of looks like she's wearing one of those like you know those summertime like the summer festivals and like for like the Japanese culture, how they have like that like headband that's just like a bunch of rope. It looks like rope tied around as a headband. It looks like that right now. Alright, so one of the things we are going to need to focus on here is kind of controlling those edge loops again. Or controlling this shape with edge loops, because we do not want this curved looking bit at the bottom here. So let me see what I can get going there. Man, that is dark looking. Luckily there's no light. Yeah. Yep. What's cookies? So I gotta do this real quick to kind of control the bottom. See how that looks now. Good, that's what we're looking for. And we're probably gonna need that a little bit here. Not necessarily too much. But the nice thing is we'll get the overall curve this way. And that's what we're looking for. So this is kind of the reason why I did it this way. Using a spear, or not a spear, a cube off the bat, so I can kind of set my own curve going around. Bran is ready to make mochi. Yeah, I can see that. Alright. So now onto this stage, which is going to be a bit interesting. So actually what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and remove those. Because I know that works. Because I'll fix those after I get this kind of bit going here. So what I need to do now is I'm going to extrude this up about up there. This is almost kind of looking like Yuyuko. Like, it almost looks like Yuyuko's hat right off the bat. So let's see here. Alrighty. So right about the middle here, it's supposed to be at about its full height. Towards the left side here, it's going to be very low. It's going to be kind of doing this kind of... I mean, it's going to be arching, obviously, but... Let's see if I can get this the way I want it. So this is kind of where the whole I couldn't probably do this with a spear or a cylinder would come into play. So I can kind of set this up a bit more the way I want it to look. I'm just gonna use. There's gonna be probably a good number of verts here. Oops. I think this will definitely be enough. That's definitely what I'm gonna need. This is actually going to need to extrude out a bit more. Or not extrude out, but just kind of curve harder. Again, frontal camera here. Whoa! Blender, please. Bran is now a ghost. Is she, though? That's looking a bit more actually where I want that to be. Which is good, because that's where it really needs to be, in all honesty. Actually, it's one I need to keep. I need to remind myself it's one that I need to hit for this perspective. Got this one and this one. One. There we go. And that's almost kind of the shape I'm looking for here. So if I go throw this into this mode, it's going to look like... Well, it's going to look like that, obviously, because... Blender has this lovely habit of when I extrude something, it adds that face on this side that I don't want. So now if I go back here... That's kind of what we're looking for. It's funny how a simple hat can change everything. Very true. Actually, now I'm thinking about this. Doesn't this need to be going in a bit more? Yeah, let me see this. Oh no, it's actually going out. Interesting. So this is actually correct. I'm doing a quick look at my reference photo just to kind of see the direction that this is going to be going. Believe it or not, this is actually supposed to be... you probably can't see my cursor because Blender does not like to show my cursor very well. But this is actually going out at an angle here. Ryan replied to my question from last Friday's stream. Oh, he did! Oh boy. Well, Cookie, what's the answer? Was it... hopefully, was it what you were looking for? No, come on, Blender. what did you grab? Oh, oops. So what we gotta do now is this is kind of going to... Oh, I need to grab this one. It's kind of gonna jut out. Oops. It's gonna jut forward a bit, not too much. There we go. That's probably about as much as it needs to. So what I have to do is, over time, as I'm moving this forward a little bit, take less and less points as I do this. Otherwise, it's going to just look weird. Oops. Let's see. There we go. Just these two. There we go. And now it's going to look kind of weird still, but it should do it. Just as I like to. Hunk is ignoring me. Sorry guys, I'm trying to focus on getting this to look exactly right before I can start reading comments again. Alright, let's see here. I'll read the chat for a second. Don't worry guys, I'm going to upload an MMDE video tomorrow. Oh wow, cool. That's exciting. I don't use Blender, only Sourceful Maker and Miki Dance. That's fine, man. Some people are only animators, some people are only modelers, and modelers, and there's also texture peeps as well. So there's always a lot of people that specialize in an area. I might become a modeler for all I know, purely a modeler, which is fine. I actually find this to be a lot of fun to be able just to make stuff like this. And that actually now looks exactly like it should, which is perfect, honestly. So in all reality, I might actually do everything as a cube shape, just kind of utilizing that primitive to work around everything that I've got going right now. And the mirror is going to save me a load of work. That way I don't have to worry about it later on. One thing I do need to make sure I am doing, though, is that this is actually going to receive everything here. Alright, yeah, I need to flatten this bit out right here in the back. Which can only really be done by pushing this in a bit, or actually giving it a child to work with. One other thing I need to focus on as I'm doing this too is, oops. Oh, whoa. No, I don't want that. Thank you. Is as I'm going through this, I'm actually controlling and turning all the points I'm working with here. Because these do work as pivots. Let's see, about there. You can kind of shoot out here. I just realized I didn't scroll down the chat here. Oh hey, mages. Alrighty. So that should be more of what we're looking for shape-wise. Still a little bit pointy in the back there, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and make a minor adjustment to that. Actually, what all I might need to do is just push these, this point in a bit. Did you see the answer? I'm both. That wasn't in the script, was actually in the script. It wasn't actually in the script. It was improvised. Oh! That's actually kind of funny. So yes, Cookie, I did now. I just looked at a little bit up on the chat, and yes, I did see that. I'm raising my Lily rank with Uni so I can backstab him more easily. That's not how it works. You know you don't need to use the @ symbol. Yes, that is true. Ryan's a nice guy. Seems like it. That's funny that he answered that though. I just don't expect people to answer those things so quickly. That is funny, though. Alright, so one of the things I definitely need to go and do now is solidify the bits here now. I'm not getting real close to the edge because I still want a little bit of that sharp curve to appear around the edges here, and it looks like it's doing it just nicely. I am going to need to set one up here to kind of control this arc, because it seems to me mostly like it's a point. Yes. So this is going to come in at a point, in all honesty here. Actually, in all regards, it looks like it's going inward, too. I actually just need to do this a little. Alright, let's see here. Yep, okay. So as I mentioned, I need to do a control loop here. Yeah. This is where I need to be really close. Nice, close, like that. That'll give us that sharp point. There we go. That looks pretty accurate. Hello, Internet Crusader. You should make editing this hammer sometime. That actually would be fun to do as well. Although the difficulty with editing this hammer from Rabbi Ribby is going to be that it's a 2D image that I gotta turn into a 3D image, which means I'll have to focus on how to create the hammer overall. That's gonna be something that's gonna require sketch work, which I don't mind doing. But most of the work there is gonna be done outside of stream, because I don't have a camera for you guys to watch how I would sketch that out. Not that you guys want to watch me sketch that out, I guess. So this is actually a good size to work with too. This band is thick enough. We might not even need this. Well, I don't know. We might need this back half. I'm not sure. This is creepy music. So the next thing I need to do is I'm going to focus on the little. I'm going to work on the frills now. Hawk hand reveal. I think we've already had a hand reveal a long time ago, but not that that's important or anything. So you guys can kind of see how important mirror is right now, because that's going to play a huge role right in this entire build. Alright, so let me see. Does this go all the way? Yes, it does. Oh boy. Alright. So let's get this next bit going. Shift S, cursor to center, shift. Okay, good. Now control shift A. Should I do this as one individual part, or should I do this as... Let's see here. Actually, this should really be all one model. Wait, which one's this? Okay, that's the whatever. There, now I can mark it. So I'm actually gonna build this all in edit mode, but I need to do this separately. Just like this. It's a cube. So again, using a cube so I can freely build that shape around here again. Hey, Matthew. Set up here. Shift Y, or scale Y. Real tiny like that. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. Split this right down the middle. That's not down the middle. Delete this face, or these verts. Not those, okay, just this edge, I forget. I should do the middle. It's still there because mirror is still applied here. Cube head. Oh boy, and the plunker music. Oh yes, glorious in the plunker. So this is where I'm really going to have a I'm really going to be using mirror a lot on this. So here's the one thing that I like about Mirror. You don't necessarily have to have the object in one piece with Mirror. So I can kind of separate it like this and still be able to work on it with both sides. This is why Mirror is going to save my life on this build. Let's see here. Looks like it's about... Sorry, I'm creating an anime game. Oh, really? Sounds like fun, man. Looks like we need to go this one right here. But yeah, I'm gonna be using. I wouldn't say abusing, but really using Mirror a crap ton here. We're not gonna need that bottom face, I don't think. So I need to go ahead and get rid of that bottom face. Face only. So if there's gonna be verts going inside each other, that's very normal here. This is where things are gonna be a little interesting here. Okay, so it looks like it's going right about... Actually, this is about where it should be going in, which is good. That's what we need. So one thing I'm definitely gonna have to focus on here is making sure that I can keep this area, or this thing mostly, for the most part, consistent with how this looks, as well as match this overall curve I've got going around the back. Would anyone be willing to offer me any advice on how to get through Plunker 0? I don't think did I play Plunker? I know I played the basic Plunker map. I don't know if I played the second variant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure any of our veteran, and I say veteran, Neptunia people would definitely be able to help with that. Whoa! Don't let me get that close. So this needs to kind of go in. I'm just gonna go and bring it in like right here. There we go. Get good! Vegan, please. Is that a Beehawk or... Oh, Beehawk. Oh, I get it. You're funny, man. Control L. Whoops. What is it with this teach me? Alright, so I think this will definitely do. I definitely need to get the... Oh, that's why I had a lower half grabbed. So I could stick it in like that. Right. Alright, so you guys could probably kind of see how this is supposed to look now. A little bit. So what I need to do is I need to kind of rotate Z here. So like I said, I'm going to have to really rely on getting this built quickly. Alright, so I'm going to face mode here. I'm going to grab this face, extrude it out like I did last time. Rotate Z, negative 90. Is that the way that's supposed to go? No, it's actually supposed to go the other way. Rotate Z 90. There we go. Wait, is that 90? What is going on with that? Hold up. Maybe not. Okay, we won't actually do 90 then. It might actually be better to do this bit by bit here. So I'm just going to actually follow this then. So again, I'm using the top perspective camera here to kind of help me. Up there. All right, so it reaches its peak about right here. and then sharply declines. So what I'm going to go ahead and do real quickly is I'm going to go about right... looks like it's about right here. Go into verts mode and just quickly raise this a bit. About there, probably. Teaching someone to get good. Well, teach me as he is playing. Yo, Hawk, I can send you a copy of the game I'm making when it's done if you want. Yeah, sure, man. I don't mind. I actually have been trying to make games for a while. I actually have a handful of little I had 1 or 2 Blender prototypes I was working on. I don't like using Blender as a game engine since I don't know, it's just not really. It's great, the fact that they offer the ability to basically work with it as a game engine. It's just a little too. It's not the greatest frame rate. I guess that's just one way to put it. But I have definitely created a few of my own games in the past. I probably could show those to you guys one of these times. I think that'd be a fun thing for everyone to kind of get to explore, to experience, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and move you guys. Now we're a bit. There we go. Cool. Alright, now these are gonna sharply decline. So let's put this down up. Let's say about right here. If you eat cold cheese on top of hot cheese, is that wrong? I don't think so. Kind of a strange question to ask. I realize I haven't been looking at Twitch, but there's not really much going on Twitch, so it's fine. I guess. I shouldn't be ignoring Twitch people, though, but... nothing really surprising going on Twitch, though. So it is kind of important to utilize these verts to kind of set your angle a bit. Set the overall arc pretty well. This is, again, something you probably really couldn't get to do much with a cylinder. Although I'm pretty sure there's probably someone who could easily do that, now think about it, so I can't really say anything. I'm too zoomed down, so the camera's hiding that one vert. I gotta dash to the thing. But hopefully this is starting to look the way we are wanting it to look. Yeah, it's gonna be a little weird to look at that way, but I think it'll be okay. I'm sick, my mind's not okay. Blender is complicated for me. That's fine. Don't worry about it. I will make things happen on Twitch, except I'm too lazy. I mean, that works. That works. You do what you think you should. What I probably should do is this particular set. Can I grab everything? Oh god, thank goodness. Set this to be about right here. So something I probably should have been doing all the while here is actually rotating these guys a little bit, so that way they have that curve too. Something they should probably have at the stage too is definitely that curve. So let's see here. You should not be this forward. So how's that looking there? So I will have to. Actually, that might be fine. I don't think I'm going to need that. Does that stick through the bottom there though? Okay, let's stick through the bottom. Which means the points down here are not very. I bet this looks like a interesting thing to look at. Just a bunch of... Everyone can clearly see. I bet... Does this not bother anyone looking at one of their well-known CPUs like this? I'd imagine that had to throw somebody off. I could see the hatred forming in that hat. Why Why would you pet my face? Why my face? Not at all. I think one of the things that is worth noting here, because this is ripped right from a game engine, you can kind of see how some of the, especially, let's see, this one right here. Actually, I need one that's not so strongly shown. Okay, here we go. You can kind of see, usually I work in quads, so 4 points. No, and nothing dividing those 4 points to make it smaller. If you were to look at this quad right here, it's actually, there's 2 triangles right in the middle. Actually, I just showed my cursor isn't really showing. Fantastic. You can kind of see triangles. Tries are used more for in games. It helps them a little bit. It helps, honestly. It just makes things a lot easier for them to work with. So that's the reason why you're going to see game modelers usually work in tries. So you can tell, that's one way you can tell something's been done for a game, is if the model is more geared towards a triangle format than it is a polygon. We can get inside of it. Vegan, please, calm down. Calm down, Vegan. Now's not the time for this. Think about everything here, man. Triangles are important in life. Yes, they are. Every shape here is important. So again, I need to match this up right here. Oops. Match this up right about here. Take the Z coordinate. There. I will say it's definitely a lot of fun to model. If any of you ever start going into modeling, this is one of the. It's just so much fun to do, and I definitely recommend doing it if you ever want to really get into it. Especially if you ever decide to do anything 3D related, modeling's where most of the fun is. Octagons are not very important. Anything with any shape with at least 5 points is frowned upon, usually. Most people just don't want to have to deal with that. What are you doing? You need to go this way. Thought you said you would never calm down. Telling Vegan to calm down is impossible. Is it, though? So I'm going to say it's about right here where this should be. So this is kind of going to start going... Instead of... It's going to be like the other way around. So it's going to start going more at a... how should I say this? Like, it rounds out going up, I guess. This is rounding out going down. This is going to round up going the other way around. How about a circle? You can't get Cookie to calm down. The Fujoshi will never calm down. Fujoshis do not calm down. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and do this. No, you're doing it wrong. Pudding! Guys, please. I'm just gonna put this about right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just work. I want to work on one of these pairs individually. So you'll see what I mean in a second by this whole kind of like opening upwards. That's pretty accurate. Don't listen to him, Vegan! Man, there's some crazy thing. The bottom right of the screen is unused, and it bothers me. Okay, fine. Here, I'll give you something to look at.
I'll give you guys all something to look at in the bottom right corner of the screen. Let me just grab a certain character here. There you go.
Now it's being used. I'm waiting for this is not what I wanted.
Yay!
Praise the awoo. Alright, so this actually looks like it's pretty decent right off the start there. We do have a little bit of a problem here again. I need to lower the reverts here. Yes, this is very difficult to see. I think I got everything though. Alright, because we're extruding, so we have these faces here we don't want. Goodbye, faces. Ah, that's gonna cause a problem there too. Should have considered that. Whoops. Yeah, so this is where things are gonna get a little dicey trying to find. There we are. There we go. Is this really Neptunic music? What game? Oh, this is animation. Oh, that's gonna get copyright struck probably. Nah, I think we'll be okay. I don't think I've ever had a problem with that in the past. Let's see here. I'm just gonna skip through this. Let me see here. Let us see. Here we go. There we go. The previous one was also animation. It was most of the animation OST. Alright, so let's see here. Hawk, you should make a cookie no compilation. 5 minutes of me saying cookie no in several different games where the context is absolutely missing. So how's this looking object mode here? Cool. Actually, the nice thing is I don't even think I really need to really edit this shape much. This is gonna look weird, but that's because it's the end right now. I believe, yep. Alright, so we're moving on to the next stage here. Up here. Man, there's a train going off in the background right now. You guys can't. I don't think you guys can hear it. You guys can. I'm sorry. You can't. That's fine by me, honestly. Let us see. I get this right here and up. Aha. That needs to get shut down a bit. Yes, 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 do it! This is actually, like, it's starting to look like it. When you look at it from a good distance, it actually kind of has that look of it for it so far. Which I'm actually kind of liking right now. I need to go ahead and get some shaders going for this. And then I need another one, which would be the brown material.
Select all material. There we are. I'd watch it. Really? You guys are funny. Alright, so it's about here. Up there, but we gotta lower this bit. It's like a really dark chocolate. Yeah, there we go. Chocolate? Chocolate? I'm gonna stop before I start that again. Actually, I just need this. There we go. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I need the blue. So I need to get the hat blue material as well. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and actually try to pick that color real quick. It's about, I'd say, there. There we go. That's the animation. Oh, because it's on random. Never mind. I don't know what it was. Well, before I get in trouble here with any copyright problems, I'm just gonna go straight to something else. Have you ever tried making a site like the one Ruby Rose used? Striker, yes I did. It's if you look back on my video history, I actually made Ruby Rose's site a while back ago. It's been a while since I've done it, but I did do that a while back. That actually was an older request from a long time ago. Someone's gonna be like, yeah, he's done it before. I think that was Lounging Digits. Who's? I forgot whose request that was actually. I better take a look then. I love the dark chocolate. The bitter, the better. Please, cookie, please. No, come on. There we go. Now there's a plane. Man, what is going on in my place right now? It's like everybody's out now with their planes and trains for some reason. That sounded very strange. Planes and trains. I should kind of smoothen that out a bit. It does a little bit. Nice thing is that actually kind of does look like her head. How about a carrot cake? I've never done a carrot cake. Mages is starting to really embrace the inner rabbit that she has become. Plot twist, Mages is now a rabbit. Or secretly a shooty. We can't figure that one out yet. We haven't figured that one out. I remember this was the intense battle music back then for like the Rebirth series. That's the one I remember from Rebirth 1 when I played it all the time. So if I remember right, this is still kind of divoting a little. Actually, yes it is, but slowly. Really, when it hits about this point, it should be at its lowest, which is probably not that much lower than this. Raise that a little bit, actually. Is that doing that? on lima beans? Do it for the vine. Oh, vines no longer exist, my friend, unfortunately. Actually, there's some areas I don't even think I really even need to touch with some of these verts. They're actually kind of handling themselves quite nicely. How's this corner right here looking? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I don't even need to touch that, so I can advance that. Hat clips through Blanc's head. Yeah, it's going to. Clothing always does, though. That's the one thing I do know from, is that a lot of clothing does tend to clip. Because there's no way to 100% size something without it clipping through. Whoops. Yeah, it's gonna clip there. I could just scale it right out. Or not that scale. It's a scale. So I could do that. That'll kind of help that a bit more. There we go. Would you take a shower with someone else if they asked? Probably not. Probably would not do that. Understandably, a very good reason. Don't think I'd want to do something like that, man. I ship it. Of course you would, Cookie. Of course Cookie would. Freaking Fujoshi. So I need to keep this relatively low. Control 3. Yeah, so this is roughly about where it should be. That's actually basically what I'm looking for. I'm actually kind of glad with how this is turning out. One thing I do need to make sure I do is when I go back here, go into edit mode, and not press A, not that. Click this, Control L. You little ones on the bottom here, I need to get rid of it. Not you, this one. Because those will never be seen, so there's no point in them existing if they won't be seen. And that's getting pretty close. This looks pretty good. Be gone. Oh boy. Let's see. That's pretty good. So we're getting there. But you guys can see how Mirror is saving me a lot of work. Extremely handy right now. This point right here is really coming close to the edge, so I need to kind of push you back. I think we're okay now. Nope, still kind of coming close there. Good. Now let's see. There we go. That looks better. Zed, Cookie, please, come on. Cookie, stop. Cookie, no. Oh, I can view the deleted message. Oh, what was this? My computer won't work. I can't change my profile picture. Really? I mean, YouTube is slow, Matthew. So if you change it once, it probably will update it eventually. should probably get Twitch chat going on this too, now that I think about it. Or I might be able to integrate the two together. I think the problem is going to be, if I put Twitch and YouTube chat to be in the same chat, no one's going to know what... Some people are going to be like, ah, where'd that one come from? That actually would be kind of funny now that I think about that. Let's see here. Oh, right, that song. I forgot. That one always does that. I'm not sure why it does that. It just does. It just abruptly ends. About there. So this one I'm going to keep roughly at the same height, going the rest of the way here, but I don't think I need to worry too much about that now. Yeah, it takes roughly about a day or two for YouTube picks to update. I mean, got to use whatever you have. Got to use whatever you have at your disposal if you want to. If you want what you're making to look right, mirror mode or whatever else, or anything else. Yeah, I mean, I could do this without mirror mode. It would just take, not only would it take significantly longer, but there's also the chance that I mess up the symmetry. One of the things that we as humans have a very, very huge tendency of doing is making things symmetrical. And that's actually, believe it or not, one of the things that made Japanese art stand out was the old versions of Japanese artwork, pottery, sometimes painting even, but mostly it was done in their pottery. In their earlier years, was that they made all their items asymmetrical. They were the guys that were like, some people just want to watch the world burn kind of people. Not that that's a bad thing. It actually defined was one of their clear definitions that made their basically that kind of stuff stand out, which was cool. But in this scenario, symmetry is very important for me because I have to maintain that for Bidan's hat here. Thankfully, I was able to pull this model. These are actually the models that people use in not MMD, Source Filmmaker. They're the Gary's Mod models that exist for Tunia series, which is nice. It took a little bit of work getting it to import into Blender. I will tell you that right now. So if you ever want to try to do this in Blender, giving you a word of warning, it's going to take some time to get that to work. I'm bored of the dancing person in the corner. Put something new, please. You should do a model of Vert. Oh, I should do a model of Beru. Yeah, like I said, I'll get one day. I will branch into the era that is organic modeling. But right now, I'm actually really liking how that's turning out. That's actually looking pretty nice already. Hawk mad at Cookie. I'm not mad at you, Cookie. You just need to take a slight calming down. Once I see people get their messages deleted, I'm like, okay, they're getting a little too rowdy. Alright, Control Z. So this I have to match up correctly, otherwise it's gonna get really weird. So the interesting thing here I need to do is I need to go into this mode, but I need to delete only the face. Did I get all 4 points? I did. And now I have to merge these. Problem is they're uneven now because of the rotation. So these now should be met. And something that's really nice that you really can't see here is that you can kind of see where the middle point is. Not really the middle point, but you can kind of see the other side. It's a very thin, it's this very gray. You can barely see it because the black dominates it and how many freaking edges we have here, but You can kind of see it, and it's helpful. Okay, so last thing I need to do now, let's go back here. Grab these, and just lower. I need to kind of flatten that out a bit more. Zed, please! Chill, man. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to kind of tame this curve a bit more. Not too much, but enough that it kind of gives that nice rounded off side to it. There we go. What are you guys doing in Twitch chat? I didn't. Wow, I did not know they had multi-part emotes. That's kind of interesting. Alright, so the next one's going to be probably the more complicated one. Because, oh boy. The little frills have two segments to them, which is going to be interesting here. Oh boy. How am I going to do that? But for the most part, this is actually looking pretty darn good. Especially since this is kind of one of my first attempts at doing this kind of stuff. Of course, if I throw this into texture or material mode, it doesn't quite exactly match that color. So I'm actually going to go try to see if I can find that color here. See if I can find it. Right there, probably. Minimal, but, no. Here, let's do this. It's close enough to get those colors. That might be it, actually. Yep. Alright, and somebody said they wanted something different here. Alright. Alright, Momaji. Let's see here. Let's find something a little different for you guys, so you guys can at least feel a little... So this stream's a little bit unique. Let's see here. I could put that old meme out, but I don't think we need that meme at the moment. That would be confusing if I put that there. I don't know if Mages is still here, so I don't think the joke would quickly go away. No, let's try a Neptunia gift. Let's see. What Neptunia gifts do we have? Oh, that might work. Cookie passed important test today. Cookie might go into honors. Oh, nice. There we go. I think this'll fit. There we go. Actually, that's perfect. That's actually a pretty good one. Cool. Yeah, I'll take that. The emote right now. The emote's going on in Twitch. Oh, man. I will thump you with my staff. Oh, she is here! Mages is here. We must have that image. It must happen. It must be a thing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mage is cute. Let me get this figured out here. There it is. Look at that in its glory, guys. In all of its glory. I think that actually is looking up pretty nicely there. The interesting thing is going to be trying to figure out how to kind of get the pillow-like look that covers up her head here. How am I going to do that? I have a lot of questions for how I'm going to continue this, so let's see. Mage cute. Israel in the bottom right hand corner. I kind of wish YouTube would push faster with its custom emotes. That would be fantastic if it would work. I know Twitch I can get custom emotes, but that's not something I think I'd want to do yet. All right, how am I gonna do these bits? I'm currently looking at my reference photo, trying to figure out how I want to go about this particular bit. Because there's really two. Oh, you know what? This is easier than I'm thinking. I'm just... that's why. Hang on, I gotta test something. One thing I need to see real quickly. So when I'm in doubt of whether or not this something will work, I go ahead and quickly test to see that works. I've never done it before, so it's worth giving it a shot. So what I'm doing real quick is I'm going to emulate that. Let's see if I can get this. Extrude you out. Nope. If I scale you. Uh-huh. Yeah, there we go. Or I could just do this, honestly. Extrude this, scale. Up there. Extrude. Extrude, cancel, scale, back. That's the only problem I'm gonna have there is the trying to match this every time to that. That would work. This could work though. This kind of setup would definitely work. It's Blanny. Yep. There's Blanny. There you go, Felipe. So yeah, I think there's two ways I can go about doing this. I think the other route I'm going to try first. Which is just doing it by this means. And then grabbing these three faces. Extrude. And then scale out. That'll definitely do. Cool. Alright. So I figured that out. Which, in all honesty, that's what I needed. Okay. Cube. Making everything out of cubes. Gotta do it, though. The one thing that I'm really got to get used to... I should put Blanc as my profile picture. I don't think he would be mad at that at all, actually. Blanc. There you go. I need to adjust my camera here. Not that kind of view. Okay. Why? Shrink that. There we go. Nice and flat. Alright. What the? What's wrong, Striker? Alright. So how am I gonna go about doing this here? I think what I should probably focus on first is setting up the overall ribbon to go around, and then I'll work on the extrusions. So this needs to be a very, very tiny piece. Scale Y, probably like that. It's really tiny. We all know you would. Matthew, please, no. I know we have Blanc's model here, but come on, guys. This is not what we need to do that for.
Now's not the time for that. I need to get rid of this piece right there. Okay, so oh, that just reminds me. This, Control L, Z, let's get some, aha. Okay, so how far do I need to go for this? Okay, there. This one. This guy. Okay, cool. There we go. Can definitely tell you guys though that these models are not set up for that kind of stuff. There's a very, very clear distinction between models set up for that kind of stuff and models not set up for that kind of stuff. And this is only, it would make sense if you think about it. Should I rotate this? No, let's just shrink this. Actually, I undo the rotation real quick. One. Vegan very quickly laying that down. Okay, so that will be that piece. That's good. Interesting bit here is the fact that I don't really have much to work with here. We don't need any of that here. Oof. Let me try option 2 here and see how that works out. I'm gonna try the extrude and scale method. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, let's see here. Actually, no, that would be fine. That would be okay, actually. Might be a little too tall, so let's go ahead and narrow this a bit. Yeah, that'll work. I think this will work. Oh, the thing that's gonna be interesting about this is rotating it. This is gonna be an interesting bit. I can already tell. I want to make a request for a model, but I have no idea what it should be. Well, Gremlin, you can wait. There's no sense on, you know, rushing your decision out there, man. You've got plenty of time too, because I think I've got plenty of model requests that are actually gonna be between yours anyway. Let me see here. We're at one. Well, this is the one we're doing right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have six requests in front of you there. So you have plenty of time. So yeah, Gremlin, don't feel like you need to rush out that answer or rush out that request. I don't mind. Gives everyone a bit of a chance here. Yeah, I think this might actually be the best way to go about that. So quickly, what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and this, Control L, highlight that blue. See, there we go. It's coming together. Actually, I'm going to need to. Okay. So something I'm quickly noticing is I need to set up a control loop here. See if that works. This is so it creates a bit of an edge for us to work with. Might actually have to do two. Let's see how that looks. So yeah, that's actually starting to look like her head a bit. This is gonna be fun to UV texture. That's gonna be one of the biggest nightmares for me, is UV texturing this thing. At least setting it up for a UV. But yeah, that's actually coming out quite nicely already. And it's all one piece, so I can literally just go boop. Alright. Let's keep going here. So one of the things I'm definitely going to have to keep controlling over time here is rotation. Making sure it's not poking out while at the same time maintaining this kind of design going on here. Definitely going to be tricky to do. I don't want this to get too large either. Right there. You can kind of see there's the problem I'm having right there. Might actually be where I need to kind of do a bit more of a Y rotation here. Oh, if you don't mind. Trying to keep my friends list a little tiny at the moment. Maybe in the future I might get a few, but I'm trying to keep it on the lower end for now. Especially since I still need to clean it out, so I'd rather make sure I've got it cleaned out of older people who I don't really play with anymore before I do that. That's a big problem I'm having right there. Oh, there we go. Whoa, okay. You watched Ruby, right? I haven't fully finished. What models have I built so far? A lot. Oh boy. I've done Rim's Mace, I've done Chomsky in the past, I've done Master Sword for Legend of Zelda, I've done the Scissor Blade, I did the Cursed Sword from Hyperdimension Neptunia, I did Mommy's Musket a while back ago. I probably should go back and fix that one a little bit, because that one's not fully... It's not in a place I really like it that much. I've got the Share Sword from Neptunia done as well. I've done Neptune's HDD Sword, Blanc's Staff from Cyberdimension. I did Frostmourne and Ruby Rose's Scythe. Those are all models that I have done. Models before I started doing YouTube. I did Megumin from Konosuba's Staff. And I did Rinsoho from Kantai Collection. So I have quite a quite a good roster of models right now. But it's fun to make them. Each one of them gives their own unique challenge, which is nice. comes in handy when I really need to try to figure out how to do certain things. That's impressive. Just like modeling, man. When you find something you really like to do, just go with it. I'm gonna rotate this. What happens if I do Z here? Z. Oh, X. Here we go. So I need to do Z and X rotations here. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's definitely solving our problems here. Explosion! Good old Megamine. Let me. I gotta see if I can figure out a way to make that pop out more here. Let me see here. This and oh, nope. You. Let's try these two. How these look. That's more pronounced. That's gonna stand out more. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So I need to edge loop these extruded bits here. That'll do what I need it to do. Yep, that's really it. That's definitely gonna help me out here. It is nice seeing this thing coming together, though. It may not be the exact color as Blanc, for example, but it does pretty good. What was your best build so far? Ooh, that's a good one. I'd say the share sword, probably. Share sword or the staff. I'm not sure. Here, let me see here. Vegan, hopefully you don't mind. I'm going to talk about some others real quick. I'll pull out some of the other ones here. Real quick, just to talk about them briefly. So, oh, I can't open recent. Nope, no, not that one. Like the Crescent Rose, here, I'll go ahead and show that one. Like, this one wasn't bad. This was definitely a fun one to do. It took a lot, it took, what, 3 streams to make? And that was just to get basic materials on it. Like, this was a good one. I really did like how this one turned out. Let's see, another one that I liked was Neptune's weapon. Where's Aishi Neptune? So this was Neptune's sword. Really did like how this one turned out, especially in its latter stages when I finally went nuts on the textures. The Cyberdimension one was a good one. Where's her staff? Version 2, here we are. Now, they don't look fantastic right now, but, well, for those of you who aren't on my Discord server, you don't get to see what the final product of this thing looks like. So, like, this is what it looks like in Blender. Real quick. And then, here is what it looked like after I did the crazy texturing on it. Afterwards. So if I can just slide this over here. So that kind of lets you see what it looks like before and after I go nuts with texturing and giving it the metallic properties that it needs. You can see how vastly different a series of texture maps can do on a model. I'm the only one watching on Twitch. It's okay, Vegan. Don't worry about it. And then for Neptune's sword, go back to that one real quick. So here's her sword right here. Go ahead and pop this one up. It's not the greatest. It looks almost identical, except for the fact that there is a bit more of the blue decor that needs to be there. But yeah, definitely is a lot of fun. It's been fun making a lot of this stuff. And honestly, it's the fact that I have this many done is fantastic. I did update. Oh. And then, if for those of you who did miss... Those of you who did miss the previous build stream, here's Uzume. Uzume's megaphone, I should say. And this is the final variation of it right here. So it's fun making all these models and then running them into my texturing application that I use and just going nuts with them. It's a blast to do that. Sure, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to do them, but it's a lot of fun making them. And overall, just an enjoy. I'm sure you guys all seem to all enjoy these streams, so I'm kind of glad because this is one of the things that kind of makes my channel stand out a bit more. Not that I'm looking to be noticed or anything. I just don't want to be seen as just a gaming channel. So, all right, let's kill this one. Open this one back up. Here we are. Legitimately looks like just a thing on the floor, not a model. Oh, and the photo. I generally try to go for like realism on my models, like making it look as if it actually is there in that sense of realism. Not necessarily realistic looking, but just that sense that it actually exists in that realm of time. By the way, Sadie's theme. Yeah, I know. But yeah, I'm actually so far I'm really happy where this is going, so hopefully this continues to turn out well. Because man, it's fun making these things. I know I'm gonna sound like a broken record every single time I say that kind of stuff, but it really is fun making models. Even if they're not like the greatest models I'll ever make, they're still really fun to, you know, it's always still fun to do. Oh wait, no, this is not what I want to do. It's still fun to make them anyway. Did I extrude already? Okay, yeah. There we go. So this... Like, you guys get what I mean, I think. It's just a blast to make this stuff. I'm glad you guys enjoy these streams. Because it is a part of me. The fucking rigged vote at the beginning. Hey, everyone wanted to see the Honestly, I think it was better to do the. I think it was actually more complicated to do the HDD form now that I was looking at it, because there was so much more overall texturing that needed to be done on the HDD form versus the normal one, which is fine. I didn't really mind doing either one, but. You guys basically voted for me to do the more complicated one. Which, again, like I said, it's fine. I'm comfortable enough with both modeling and texturing that I think I can do that. And it turned out well, so, you know, no complaints here. Oops, no. E cancel. A little more. Perfect. What about right here? Okay. Nah, camera's gonna keep colliding with this a lot. Let's see. Okay, so I need to rotate this back to Y. HD is fucking magic. I mean, you're not wrong. It's some pretty crazy magic. Is this kind of more the X direction? Yes. This needs to be. Yeah, there we go. So now make that pop out again. Whoops. Let's see here. Might actually get this one done pretty quickly now that I'm looking at it. Because we're almost what? We're down to this little frill bit, and then the last bit, which is really just the like giant mount like pillow that we're just gonna shove on the top of it. I'm not really sure how else to describe it other than it's a pillow.
I mean, it's not every day you see a girl such as Neptune go into a goddess form, especially if it's if it's your first time. Okay. To be fair, the transformations from the Neptunia series aren't really that crazy. And I say this being a Shinran Kagura player. I say this being a Shinran Kagura player. I know when a transformation goes absolutely insane. And I don't like the fact that I have experience in that particular area. Not to be lewd! But hopefully you guys get what I mean. It's not like a crazy transformation. Yo, Hawk, how long have you been streaming?
I started streaming, not January, June 5th of last year.
I've been doing YouTube for a little over 7 months now.
I picked it up as kind of a side hobby, honestly.
Is that right? It looks okay. I did not expect you to say that.
But yeah, been streaming for about 7 months. Most of my mods have been here for 6 easily, maybe 6.5 now.
Know the stream.
So yeah.
No, it's been a fun 7.5 months of YouTube.
I'm surprised that honestly, I'm really surprised where my subscriber number is, but I'm not one to really talk about that, honestly. Let's see if I can get this here. Yeah, 7.5, 6, we're getting close. We're close to 8 now, actually. The 5th of February is going to be 8 months. But yeah, Lugia Sage, Glitchy, Alex, I don't want to say the last bit of his name, and Vegan were the original 4 mods I had back in June. They became oracles very quickly. Those guys have been around for a while, and it's nice to have them.
I've been watching you for 4 months. Yeah, again, to be blank, I understand that feeling. I've not played games like what you mentioned, Honk, but either way, I guess I got used to seeing the transformation for the goddesses.
Oh yeah, I got used to seeing the transformations for Shinran Kagura. I even mentioned that in a few of the videos I did for that series. I was just like, you know, it doesn't even faze me anymore. Like, those transformations in Shinran Kagura are ridiculous. And for those of you who play the game, you guys all know why. Uh-oh. Okay, I need to fix that. Move this forward a bit. There we go. But yes, what hat is this? This is Hyperdimension's variant. So the blue...
Usual one. About 3.5 weeks after joining. Yep. Has anyone else felt so proud when they got their first subscriber, even though it's not really a big achievement?
My first subscriber was a friend of mine. I don't even remember who my first quote-unquote sub was. Which is a set. I know it's a friend of mine, I just don't remember who it was. Which one of my friends it was. That was back in 2008, though, when I was like, hey, I have a YouTube channel. I was like, I'm gonna sub to you. Back then it was like a joke. I've been on YouTube for Okay, I've been around on YouTube for too long. or for quite some time. I should say not too long. Never was active in the whole content creation aspect of things, though. That's kind of a new thing for me, as of late. Nice thing is, this symmetry is going according to plan over here, too. Thank goodness. But yeah, back then, when YouTube was kind of first starting at the time, it was kind of like a meme at that point to get a sub. Because no one really knew how powerful subs were going to be in the future. I think my first subscriber was my mom. I still. Hey, family support's the starting point for anything. It's probably one of the most important things. Family support is always huge. So I wouldn't diss it too much, man. Go about the X here. So the X is going to start to influence more here than the Y will, because we're at roughly around. I'm my first subscriber. One of the things I find absolutely hilarious is if you go to your own channel and you try to click the subscribe button on your own channel, it says YouTube goes and says, "There's no need to subscribe to yourself." It's so funny. I love that thing. Oh, another one of those songs that just rightfully just cuts off. Okay. I can't even see what your profile picture is, man. It looks like it's got Nora in it, and I can't see the other half of it. Although I'd imagine, I guess in some degree, you are your own subscriber. Screwball picture coming to Discord as soon as I download it from Girls in Panzo. Oh boy. I'm liking how that's turning out, though. It's kind of nice to see this working the way I want it to. I wonder what happens if I tried to go and put a controlled edge loop here. Can I even get that? Oh, I can. How's that look? Is that a sharper edge? Ooh, that looks actually much better than that one does. Actually, I probably might not even need that one. I might just need these right here on these edges. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that's better. I should do that. Add edge loops on both pieces here. Or, yeah, control edge loops, I should say. Dalton Nepsy's other half. The picture is Storm from Cars 3. I have not watched even Cars 2. I watched Cars 1 back when I was younger. That was back when, like, Disney was still a pretty big part of me. It still is. It still is a huge part of it. Yeah, I'm glad I went back and did that, because that really makes those pop out more. Which is kind of something I needed to do. Yes, Cars 3 is the best movie. Like I said, haven't really watched Cars. I don't know if it's good or bad. I'm assuming it's good because they've made a third one, or at least I'm assuming the series has done well because they're on their third movie, for Christ's sake. I think the one thing I'm excited for that I did want to watch in the future is Incredibles 2. The Incredibles. I've talked about this before. You've got all of those, all these movies coming out that were, like, the childhood for people my age. Like, I think, it's funny, because, like, most of the people watching those movies are at least, like, fighting just to watch those movies are, like, the people that are my age. It's great.
Because I just don't. I like social.
That's fine, Nepsy. Don't worry about it, man. If you don't like it, it's yeah. I'm not gonna get on you about that. Besides, they're vastly different anyway. One's a modeling software, the other one's more of a one's more of an animation platform. So they, well, okay, I guess Blender does do animation too, so I can't really say anything about that. They're already making there's a fourth one? Jeez. But yeah, like, what I was saying though was like games like, or not games, movie series like The Incredibles, the Finding Nemo series in this case. I can't say series because it's Finding Dory. That's the second one. But the Finding Nemo and the Finding Dory group, those are like movies that came out back when I was like really a kid, and I grew up watching those. And it's funny because like I've been dying to go and watch all of them because it's, you know, it's like a tip of the hat back to my childhood. Of course, I haven't had the time, as sad as it is. But one of these days, I'll find it. I'll find that time. This is a very fancy track. Item synthesis, okay. Then again, nowadays, a lot of this stuff just it serves as a reminder, basically telling me how old I am. Sitting here just like, oh man, another one of those is coming out? Like, God. I know some of you are like, yeah, I know what you mean. Speaking of series, yes, I used to watch Spider Riders when I was like 5 or 7 years old. Spider Riders. Dang. Series I remember watching growing up as a kid were, let's see, non-anime related ones were things like, I guess, non-anime types. I don't think Teen Titans really was considered an anime. It really wasn't. It was more of a cartoon. Teen Titans was one that I watched. I was mostly a Cartoon Network kid. If you guys have Cartoon Network where you are. That was Cartoon Network back when they were like, when it was really good. They had Foster's Home of Imaginary Friends. It had Teen Titans, Codename Kids Next Door. You know, a lot of the shows that you see on Boomerang nowadays, which kind of makes me feel really old. DuckTales, yes. I was born November 1st, 2011. Teen Titans was fantastic. That was one of my favorite ones. I used to remember hearing the opening in Japanese. I was like, oh. I was like freaking out because I was like, I've never heard the opening in Japanese. I was like, oh wow, they actually have an alternate variation of it. It's kind of around the time when I was like, oh wow, there's actually other, like, there are other languages that exist in this world. I was kind of a sheltered kid, but it was fine. Whoops. That's not good. What's going on here? So where does this go wrong here? Derail's right there. It might actually just be because that's getting too thin and this is getting too thick. As far as it's gonna let me go here. Ben 10, yeah, Ben 10 was another one. That was a good one. Welcome back to the nostalgia stream.
I think I remember talking to, I think it was to Mikey, back ago, about Paper Mario Thousand Year Door 2. Like, I had a lot of games I also played. Trying to make ends meet here with this. This might actually be where the difficulty first arises here. Yeah, that's a problem. Land Before Time movies. Oh wow, Land Before Time. That's been a while since I've done those. Good God, the nostalgia. Welcome to when everyone feels old. That's weird how it's doing that. Then again, that's multi-resolution kicking in. So I think what I need to do is we're around here. I need to control that. Do the same on this end. So that does, in a sense, help us a little bit there, but I need to get that working a bit more. I think I've been kind of slightly going this way a bit recently. Did you watch Johnny Bravo? Yes, I did. Johnny Bravo was a pretty big one for me, too. Don't monkey with me. I can't do his voice. I think one of the things I used to remember seeing a while back ago was somebody went and did a redo of the voice. Or they took the voices of Johnny Bravo and threw it on the tank from Left 4 Dead. It was the strangest thing, but it made me laugh. I think it was Evil Dodillis that did that. Who is also a very old YouTuber if you don't know who I'm talking about. Like, really beyond. How am I gonna grab this without grabbing the shell here? Road to El Dorado. Oh, that's a good one. That one's still pretty popular too, because it's got that one meme that everyone still uses, the mad guitar. Or not really guitar, whatever. The little I don't know what the thing is. You guys know, some of you guys know what I'm talking about, when he's just sitting there looking at the camera, just like strumming his little guitar or string instrument real quickly, and then walking off screen. Yogi Bear, that is a really old one, but yes, I do know Yogi Bear. So let's see what's causing this. Is it just too thick, or is it just not turning correctly? We're just not turning, okay. So what I have to do when this kind of thing happens, I have to go and basically grab it and then just kind of tweak it here. Get that to work. God, I feel old. It's a lute. Oh. Animatics, that's an old one. One of the things I actually used to find hilarious was the old, what was it? All of like the Nintendo characters that got like their own animations. Honestly, they weren't necessarily anime adaptations per se, but it was just funny seeing the them get their own animations and people having to work with it. Does. I think it's this one right here that causes the biggest problem here. I think I watched, what was it? I think it was Kirby and Mario.
I watched the not the anime adaptations, but like the animations that they had. Kirby and Mario were the two bigger ones. Sonic, I kind of watched. I wasn't really big into the Sonic animation, as strange as it was. Oh, that needs to go further in. Probably could have been, but I don't know. Never really thought about it. Actually, now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, I probably could have done this as a plane. This way would have been better. And then extruded it very thinly as a small plane. Do you want to pick the basket of two? Yeah, Sonic had a cartoon, Mario Luigi had a cartoon. But, yeah, it's like I had all those really, really old shows I watched when I was a kid. I still remember a lot of them. I mean, to a degree, I still remember what anime I picked up first, which, okay, technically it was Pokemon, because that was when I watched it. I watched it when I was 7. But that was like Pokemon, like, when Pokemon aired when I was 7 years old, that was like the very, very first season in English. I don't know how far, yeah, Power Rangers was part of my nostalgia, definitely was. But I don't, man, there's just so much, there's just so much to it. How bad is this gonna shoot outside of the... Yeah, we're getting to the point where this kind of stuff's gonna start happening. Yeah, I probably could have done this as a plane, because now we're gonna get to the point where this is gonna be modeled on the outer rim of this, only for because the multi-resolution is gonna line it back up. So I need to not turn that in too much here, but I need to fix this. This sounds the goofy. This might be just one of the growing pains I have with working with anything, like actual clothing-wise, is I just don't really know how to model this bit, because it's causing this weird outer loop thing that I've got to deal with.
What is this music? Izawa of Recalled Manager.
That's the name of it, whatever that is. It's kind of a silly sounding, tune, in all honesty. Let's see here. This. So this is probably where most of our time's gonna be taken, because we're not even halfway on this thing. But it's nice because it actually is kind of looking like it. But yeah, I think this being my first time doing this kind of a model, it's taken a bit longer for me to kind of figure out what I need to do correctly. But for what it is, though, it's turning out quite nicely. Bionicles? Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like I watched Pokemon
Back when that first came out.
Let's see, a lot of the other shows that I started watching that were anime related when they first came out. Naruto, English dub, when it first came out. That was on Toonami. Sailor Moon English dub, when that was coming out too. Trying to think of what else I did here. There's just so many. Here's the fact that this is what's going on. Okay, now I'm going too far. So now I can kind of weave it in here. Yeah, there we go. This is Nepgear's theme, isn't it? It is! This was the EXE drive music for, I think most of the Rebirth.
You Naruto.
Let's see, but yeah.
Naruto,
Shoot. Naruto, Sailor Moon, I've watched a little bit of One Piece and Bleach. I wasn't too big into One Piece. I don't know why. I did watch a little bit of Digimon. Didn't really get into that because I think I had watched enough Pokemon. I was kind of like, alright, I'm good. Yeah, I didn't really... Then, like, after those years, I kind of dropped off of anime for a bit until I hit about... high school, started watching a lot of the... Or not high school, middle school, where I started watching a good amount of them, too. You know, all the really... They're not old ones at that point. That was... Like, my middle school years was 2006, 2007, I think, was when I started watching them again. What were shows I watched during that time? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long, I haven't even thought about what shows I've watched during that time period. Whoa! Blender, please. I mean, I'm not as old as some of you guys here. But, you know, I am... I've got some age to me. Elfen Lied. Yeah, I think I remember. I remember watching that one, I just don't remember when. I didn't watch every single show there was. Mostly at the time, I didn't really understand how the internet works. That was when I was in middle school. I didn't really understand how the whole concept of the internet was a thing. It wasn't until about 2008, 2009 when I really understood enough that I actually started using it. That's when I made a YouTube account and started, you know, frequenting YouTube a lot. I actually, my first two subscriptions I ever had on YouTube were a guy named Ray William Johnson, who I think does Your Favorite Martian now, and another guy who goes by the name Killplixism. I'll write that in the chat real quick. So that is the name. I'll write that on Twitch too, for those of you who are watching on Twitch. There. So, Killplix still does streams. He still does videos. He's been doing YouTube since around the time YouTube started, and I'm really impressed that he was. He's still going. What was YouTube like back then? Well, the UI was extremely basic. Usually your best quality videos were 480p. Let's see. There was no such thing as a recommended. Actually, there was a basic recommender system, and it worked for the most part, but it was videos that were directly related to it. So it would usually, if you found one user's channel, it'd recommend all of his videos, and maybe one or two videos from some other user. Memes were starting to become a thing at that time. The video memes, like Numa Numa, you know, all of those really, really... all the memes that are extremely old to think about now. And there was a lot less drama, very true. Creators were pretty much given a lot of freedom, which was really cool back then. Of course, you had all the growing pains of, well, you couldn't really do anything. I think my oldest video... Hang on, I'm gonna look at what's my oldest video on YouTube. That's something that'll really show me how old I am. Or how long I've been on YouTube. I can see, listen, my oldest video ever, let's see. I'm gonna look this up real quick. We're really having fun with the whole, you know, nostalgia kind of thing. Let's see here. 7. I have 300 videos on my channel. 309 videos. Wow. I can't believe I've made that much. Holy crap. My oldest video I have on my channel is Rise of the Demo Pans from 2011. That's not the oldest I ever had. I think one of my first videos I ever produced was in 2009, and that was me playing... Hang on. It was me playing Renegade, Command & Conquer Renegade. But I wasn't very active as a YouTuber, so I don't really consider those times as me being an actual content creator as I am now. But yeah, really, gaming back then for YouTube wasn't really a thing. There really wasn't any subcategories that there are now. So if you were going on YouTube, you were just you were just browsing for whatever was on. And very rarely, it's not often you would find what you were looking for. But, you know, when you found something, it was always, usually, you'd sub to that guy because you knew it was something that that guy did. Which was kind of the big thing back then, so it's like, there weren't a lot of content creators at the time. So you had to deal with that problem.
Honk, is Kobe your first moderator?
Yeah. Mostly because he was really the only guy of everyone on my YouTube page right now, he was really the only person that I, would see occasionally on my streams. So I was like, I'll make a moderator, so that way he can at least have some ability to do stuff if he needs to. Because I know I won't be able to do it all the time. Thankfully now there's a few more moderators and Kobe doesn't have to be here 24/7. Not that he doesn't want to. But I don't think he's a bit more free with his time now. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of there. That's just because of the way that this thing works. So I need to do this. Control L, lift. Again, this is probably just mostly growing pains of me trying to figure out how to do things. So, this may not be probably the cleanest model, but it's something that I can definitely say is an attempt, I guess, because I've never done any type of modeling like this before. Yeah, Kobe is the type of moderator who basically just shows up as is his own will. But he is well known for that regardless. Which is pretty funny, actually. Oh no, I don't want you there. Oh shoot. Okay, well. For some reason that undid itself. Good to know. No, shelf, go away, please. Yeah, alt YouTube was extremely free back then. It was honestly really nice, and I kind of wish it stayed that way. Problem is, it kind of got bought out a few years ago, and the kind of stuff nowadays that everyone sees is... I'm not saying content now is bad, but it's not as free. Which is kind of a bummer, in all honesty. I do miss those days of the free YouTube. Oops. What's weird is the more I do this, the more I need to go this way. Just to stay inside this thing. That's weird.
Maybe I should have done this as a plane. Oh, hey, Nepgear.
You guys in your Twitch emotes, oh my goodness. But yeah, there was a lot of different... What is going on? Oh, that's just the camera. Okay. But there's a lot of things that, changed over the years that I've noticed. Biggest things, obviously, being, of course, the UI. Which, that's fine. I actually like the way the UI is now. But it just kind of goes to show just, how different things are now for us. Things have changed. Things will continue to change, and you can never control that. As much as I would love to, thankfully, but, or as much as I would love to do that, I can't. You are too hot this way. It's been 3 years since I was a moderator for Oxhorn. Right, I remember you talking to me about that. Remember when you can rate videos 0 to 5? Yes, I remember that. God. I was back before likes and dislikes existed, really. They had the old star rating system, which was like... That was like the norm at the time. Everyone used a star system to rate things. Of course, back then it was also extremely hard to make videos, so anyone who did, you knew what you had to really know what you were doing when it came to editing. So, props to those people who did that back then. Okay, what's this music? It sounds clean. Eulogy? Yes, it's Eulogy. Oh hey, the Twitch UI is actually showing viewers. I'm still very new to streaming on Twitch, so this is definitely going to be something getting used to. It's nice that it has that feature, but I'm pretty sure it's a native thing. I do wonder what you guys think. Where do you guys think I should go as a platform? Should I stick to YouTube for streaming, or should I go Twitch for streaming? Is that actually? It's still top down on Twitch. This place is dead. Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I don't like about Twitch too. Is that it's just hard. People don't really find people there. It's like you actually have to have a start. Like, it's basically how my buddy worked. He had like a good starting audience from YouTube, and then he switched to Twitch. I still am on the fence about the whole Twitch thing, though. YouTube, please. That's like what I've been thinking about, though. Is I just been wanting to stick with YouTube, but there's all the things that's been going on with YouTube nowadays. It's kind of making me consider, honestly. I mean, yeah, streaming is easy on YouTube. So it's surprisingly easy. Like, I guess with Twitch it's also just easy, but there's no real learning curve between YouTube or Twitch in terms of streaming. So, definitely a bit different there. Let's see. I know tomorrow I'm probably going to have a decent audience on both sides, which is going to be hard to really watch chats for both, because that's Fallout. That's Fallout Friday, which is going to be insane in terms of trying to keep track of both chats. Not that I mind. I want to see how well I could do with 2 chats. Ooh, Uni's theme. Oh, it is Uni's theme. But honestly, though, like, the more I think about it, I really do enjoy using YouTube more for, like, my platform. I might just stick with that. Although, like I said, I'm probably just going to stick to doing dual streaming, because my internet can handle this.
I mean, I'm not having any trouble with streaming on both sides. Really? I love the violin in this.
Violin's a fun instrument to play. That was one of the many I could play. It was so much fun to play that instrument, actually. Actually, no, the most fun instrument is trumpet. I'll never have more fun. I'll never have more fun playing an instrument than I did with my time in trumpet.
Hey, James. Violin is too slow compared to the background music. Otherwise, it's a great theme.
Yeah, but when it's on its solo, one of the strongest things about violin is it can really set a tone and an emotion when it comes to music, especially, like I said, when it's got its solo moments. Like, that's the thing. Trumpet's very good at that too. Saxophone, not as good. Piano is very good at that as well. The instruments that really focus more, that are more melody driven than, you know, focusing on just keeping like a backseat support kind of role. The instruments that do that kind of direct impact in the music are the ones that are really, really powerful and as a solo, which is what I love them. I play too many instruments. I'm a nerd. And no, I didn't go to band camp before anyone makes that joke.
I never played an instrument before, but I feel like the flute is really good instrument too.
It can be. It's not a very strong solo type. It's usually one that if you're doing a flute like solo section, it's usually going to be with a group of them rather than just one, because it's not a very strong instrument on its own. What subject did you guys struggle the most in school with?
I play French horn.
Hey, French horn! Cool. I didn't play that one, unfortunately.
The description called you an idiot.
Yes, I am an idiot. Problem solved. Problem solved. It's right. Let's see, how's it looking? Not where I want that to be. Like, it's turning out quite nice. What's funny is this actually has like the mannequin look, which is actually probably what they're going for. See, this is one of the things that's nice about really, really good modelers, is you can't really see. It's kind of more of a thing with geometry. You can't really see where all of the lines are. Like mine, you can kind of see it because I'm still trying to figure out how to build this thing.
I wonder what these guys are using. Are they using any modifiers? Armature. Okay, that's fine.
So yeah, like these are people that are very, very skilled with this, and it's impressive how they make some of these. And like I said, this is not a model meant for the R18 level stuff.
Don't remind me of last Friday's Fallout stream chat. Oh, really? That chat was a nightmare? Yeah, some accounts which will be pretty much instant banned if they return. Oh boy, after that stream. It's not always the case, yes.
That's very true. There's always a scenario where one instrument shines, and that's one of the things that I find absolutely amazing about instruments, is that there's so many scenarios where an instrument can shine. Honestly, the one thing I love the most about instruments is really just when it's all as a group. It's an orchestra.
That's when it's at its best. Twitch chat is more like Oracle chat.
With additional people. You're not wrong, as sad as that is. But yeah, that's what I was saying, though. It's like, you can't really... Like, when I first started streaming to Twitch, which I did that a lot more than my old archives on YouTube, I just didn't like it because there was no one. Like, I would be sitting there streaming and talking to myself most of the time. Smug God. Hi, Smug God. Oh boy. Oh boy. What have you done? What have you done? What has happened now? Striker, this is a meme that has made its way through. You guys, you know memes. Memes spread and people start using them like crazy. But yes, this is a meme that the Oracles created a while back ago because my Oracles are Oracles. I just look back at the chat to see this craziness. All it took was Smug God to say hi. How many group memes have you guys done now?
Is that the third one?
I think you're at number. I think you're at 3.
Memes is life.
Memes are life. Without them, the internet has no true purpose. Well, okay, there's one more purpose of the internet, but I prefer not to use it for that. You guys all know that song, I think.
Which one is this? Oh, Rom Ram's theme.
That's an interesting sounding one.
We're not done. We've done not enough, Hawk. That's the real answer.
Oh boy.
Name's Danny, bro.
There'll never be enough memes. I always did like Nepgear's meme. Or meme. Nepgear's meme. That's Nepgear. Nepgear.
Is this speeding up?
It is.
Ooh, glad I fixed that right on path again. And why do you exist? I mean, research. Research, of course. Me.
Kai, please. There are things you say on the internet. What Kai wrote down is not one of them.
Actually comes out quite nicely there. Alrighty then.
We're actually almost done. I guess us rambling about random things is really coming into play here. Not that I mind. I'm sure none of you guys mind either. I think most of you like might like these type of streams because they're very chill and laid back. Yes, good. I'm at the point now where I really don't even need to turn it because it's mostly on the Z-axis. Memes backward is a very unfortunate word. No word about the end thing. The end thing. Yellowheart theme. Ooh, yeah. Magus the Mad Cat Magician is now following you on Twitch. Magus, that name. My phone just vibrated off the desk to tell me that Magus is following me on Twitch. Oh, you gotta love it. That's pretty funny. What are you making, Hawk? I am making a hat for a character. Since I think you're kind of new to this, honestly. I don't think you know. I don't think you know the Neptunia series. Do you know the Neptunia series? If you do, this is Blanc from the Neptunia series. I'm making her hat. Sure, she does have a hat. It's with this specific character, but I don't have it on me right now.
Yeah, that's actually looking pretty nice. Like, from a distance, it actually almost looks like a hat. I just need the top part of it, and it's pretty much good. Nope, that's fine. Don't worry about it, man. That's the thing. That's the thing I realized too. Is a lot of my a good percentage of my sub base don't really know the Neptunia series, and that's fine. It's a great series, and honestly, I'd say they're missing out. But you know, I'm not gonna tell them you have to play this. It's like, I mean, honestly, it almost gives me gives me that feel of like Paper Mario back when I played it. It's got that almost exact same feel to it. Not the style, obviously, and the characters also, but it has that, in a sense, the same game mechanics that I love the most about it. It's a good story. The turn-based strategy / combat's fun. Be gone, please. The Twitch chat is literally the chat for Oracles right now. It's hilarious. Oh, okay, that needs to be slightly tweaked. Alright, so L. Lift. Edge mode. Oh, this is nostalgic. Haven't heard this particular song in a long time. God, is this really how... I feel like I probably should have done this a plane, in all honesty. But it fits it. It's doing a good job fitting it, which is weird. Don't know. God, this song. It feels weird hearing it after not hearing it for so long. What would you say was the best Pokemon game back then? The one game that I was the most addicted over was fucking Pokemon Snap for the 64. Okay, Edson. If you guys don't know what Pokemon Snap was, it was basically pretend you're a photographer in the Pokemon universe. My god, I don't know why that game was the most addicting Pokemon game I ever played in my life. It was so good my parents played it. We would have like an entire family game session when all of us would bust out Pokemon Snap, and then each of us would take turns at each area. Every one of us knew how to get to get to the next stage. And it was always a competition to see who would get the best shot. What it came down to sometimes was who got the best shot of Poliwag. Nepsy, please. Come on, man. But that was like the big thing back then. Was my family and I would have competitions about who would get the best photo of one of the Pokemon. What's funny nowadays is my dad's friend has two kids a little younger than me, just a little bit, and they got hooked on the whole Pokemon Go back when that thing was like, you know, going viral as a game. Everyone wanted to play it at the time, and they'd sit there and like talk. They'd say they caught this one Pokemon, and I'd sit there and look at them like, you got that one? That was like my favorite Pokemon to get in like red, blue, and yellow. And they look at me like, it's a piece of crap. I'm like, no, it's not. It's funny seeing how like there's such a drastic difference. And you know, like how a lot of the generations perceive Pokemon now, especially since there's so many generations nowadays. Yeah, I don't think Edson's really doing anything, man. I think he's being himself. just look back in the chat and see all the craziness. It is some pretty crazy stuff going on. I need to realign this one a little. Yeah, it was always funny having arguments with my dad's friends' kids, because I'd sit there and be like, this Pokemon was so good back in the day, and they'd be looking at like, it's not worth anything in Go. It just shows how different the game is. Which made it all the more hilarious. Alright, now I gotta start being careful here, because I'm getting to the end. Hope you guys don't mind me going on my usual little, like, monologues I've been doing here. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to do this out here. I'll make this a semi... Actually, oh, I need to... A little longer. Up there. Pokemon Go is not my Pokemon. That's hardly a real... Of course it is. It still has the same, like, idea of catching all the Pokemon you can, which is probably one of the reasons why it's still pretty popular. But it is a completely different game with completely different mechanics, and certain Pokemon are just not as valuable as they are in the original games. Funny thing is, I showed one of those guys one of the older Pokemon games, and he looked at the first thing he said was, "Oh, good lord, how can you play that game with those graphics?" I was like, graphics didn't mean anything back then. We didn't even have 3D models back in that era. Or if we did, they were extremely basic. I don't even think Blender exists at this point. This looks like a belt. With belt going through belt loops right now. It's actually kind of funny looking. Alright, here we go. I'll close this up. Straighten it out. I need to delete the face. I need to keep all of the words going here. This might be the thing I might have to hand stitch, because that's going to be a pain in the butt to do. I think we're good here, though, for the most part. There we go. According to Pokemon Go, I live in the middle of nowhere. Viewer list, all oracles and one non-mod. Yep, that's about right on Twitch. So you have to realize, man, that's not gonna do anything here. This is the internet. People are, for the most part, capable of doing just about anything, and that's the real scary thing. Whew. Alright, so we're actually in pretty good shape here. Alright, another piece down. SPD, stop the car. I'm liking where this is going. That's great.
So I wonder if what I can do for the last bit here.
Whew. Oh, I just realized we've been going for about 3 hours already. Wow! Have you made Iris Heart's whip? I have not, smug god.
Do you 3D print it? No, I don't 3D print. I don't have a 3D printer. You know what?
Here, I'm just gonna kill everybody in the chat. Have the intermission screen. There. There. Have that. Have this. Oh no, go away. Go away, you. Oh, it's not authorized, really? Just... Okay, no, let's kill everybody in the chat with this. Oh. No, please.
Remove. Okay.
Alright, we're good. Back to modeling. Alright, here, I'll remove something here.
Let's see here. What can we do this time around?
No, since we're on the discussion of old memes and stuff. There we go.
Old meme. Hit with nostalgia. Yeah, this is actually coming out. This is actually turning out quite nicely.
I like the one that had so many gifts on it, they were on top of each other. Oh, that ending? I never made that a highlight, though, that's the thing. Now that is old.
Oh yes, that is a very old one.
How many old memes do I have on my computer?
Do I even have any? How many old memes do I have here?
I don't think I have any, actually.
Outside of that one, no, I don't have any. Most of them are newer memes.
Wow, I need to go get some of my old memes back.
Oh right, this is a newer computer. Right, one of my older computers has it on.
It's probably the one Nepgia is on, actually.
Blanc does not approve of the older memes.
Hang on. There we go.
She's just judging it.
Alright, so I'm gonna try... What should I try here?
Oh wait, no. I click on this first. Go to this mode. I might consider doing... Let's try a... Let's do an Echo Spear. No, not an Echo Spear. Let's do a standard UV Spear. There we go. She's now in a snowball. And now I don't even know what to describe that as. Alright, let's see here. I need to hit number 1 here. Everything on this side needs to go. Birds. Birds. There we go. Fat shame. I don't think that was it.
I am wailing. Does she have any body armor? I mean, we can make the whole joke about, like... What is it? Less is more. I think, Rabby Ribby did that recently, too. With the whole less is more. Alright, cool. So let's see here. Oh, hello, we still got stuff down here. What you doing down here? Bye-bye. Alright. Uh-oh. Gotta do a patching here. Whoa. Yep. Right. I forgot about that thing. Just stare real close at this and put it back together slowly. There we go. Z, so it's thinner. Actually, I might want to make it this way. Let's see here. Darn. I had the stream. Alright, thanks, Matt. So what is this looking like right now? Okay, we need less of this to be visual. Wow, that is, for some reason, bright yellow. Okay, now I gotta shrink this down a bit. What is going on with this? Put it back into some. Oh, is that because it was... Hang on, material. Yeah, that's bright. Wow. Go down just a tad bit. Shrink with Z. We need to... Okay. Interesting. Scale in the Y direction. Also locate this a little. No room in the front, some room in the back. Of course, that's way too smooth. I don't think your hat's gonna look like that ever. How come 17? How old are you? I am 23. Been 23 for some time now. Actually, my birthday. Oh god, it's just my birthday's coming up. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take all these. Now that I've got this, now that I've got the size right, I need to flatten it. Not grabbing anything else, am I? Good. Happy early birthday. It's not for a while, guys. I'm gonna show you it's gonna be quite some time from now.
Okay, I think I know how I need to do this too. Right now it looks kind of like a weird... It's got a weird shape to it, which is fine. What's up with the pudding? It's a meme for this game's universe. One of the characters in the Neptunian universe is one that really is obsessed with pudding, and it's Neptune. The character that the series is really well known for. I just grab this all. Oh yes, here we go. Okay, except you. You cannot do this. Actually, I'm gonna have to do you anyway. Do it this way anyway. Adjust here. Skill. Maybe not that much. I think it's a little too much here. Actually, how's this going to look on the multi-resolution? Oh, that's actually pretty close. Oh my goodness. Lugia, please! What the fuck is that banana doing there? You haven't noticed the banana? Alright, that needs to be a bit more prominent. So we're a little off. That tells me. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, okay, there we go. What I might do, I might go and adjust like a face or two just to kind of give it this sense of irregularity. That looks pretty good there. So now what I'm gonna go ahead, what I'm gonna try and do, let's experiment here with this. So what I'm gonna do is maybe occasionally grab at random a few of the random faces and just kind of mess with it. This gives the hat a bit of natural, I guess pseudo-natural kind of mess with it. So I might just go randomly grab like 4, maybe I might go like this one, I might do 5, and just kind of alter the shape a little bit so it has occasional bumps. It looks like it fits. And what I do need to go get is actually on the back of this. Let's go in. So actually what I'm going to go ahead and do here, I'm going to Control L, lift. My brother is screaming and scaring my dog. Why? Underling return in some form. Underling would be funny to see again. Isn't her name like also Linda or something like that? Aha, you are off a little. I thought her name was like Linda too, if I remember correctly. How long is this stream gonna be? Not too much longer. We're actually almost done. I do need to go and UV it. I'm not grab that one for some reason. this.
Put Blanc back in here.
Yeah, still needs to go a bit in here. Oh, that's clipping through the top. Don't want that. There we go. Okay, yeah, I don't need to do this then. There we go. No, that's fine. I know people do ask that a lot. You're not the first one who's done that kind of stuff. Okay, I actually need to go and fix this back row here. Just tap it. There we go. Seems a little off, just a tad bit. Alright, no problem, Matthew. Okay, I think I see why, actually. Yeah, that's it. That's what I need done right there. Yeah, a lot of this is just gonna be tweaking at this point, just trying to make it look what I want it to do. One like equals one prayer. What? What? Prayer for pup. It is getting to where I'm actually liking how it looks, though, so I'm actually happy with it. So most of these might just pop out even further. Probably. There we go. You don't need to, man. You don't need to. I appreciate the thought. That's all that really matters. I'm not doing this for, like, donations or anything. Here in the back. Oh, I see what's going on here. It does work, but yeah, the donations are not I'm not doing donations. I didn't do YouTube for donations. So, I guess what you guys can look at it is I'm basically a free content creator. I mean, I don't even have my any of the videos I upload. None of them are monetized. So, this channel has like absolutely zero revenue, which is fine. I don't really care. I donate 89 imaginary dollars to you. Woo, a whole 89 imaginary dollars. Alright. You know, for a first tip, that's pretty darn good. I'm actually really content with that. I'm really happy with how that looked up, how that actually turned out. It's not exactly finished, but it's in pretty good shape for where it is. It's not as poofy as hers, though. It's kind of flattened. Monopoly dollars. James. Monopoly money. I'm donating, I don't even know what number that is. A big number of imaginary dollars. And now I am, with Kai's money, I'm now half, no, I'm actually at Glimmer Cap, so I lose probably about 4K on Glimmer Cap there. I think I haven't played that game in 3 weeks. 2 weeks. God. Poor Destiny 2. What went so wrong? Now that's commitment. Good job. Let's see here. What else can I tweak to this besides... I'm just overlooking it real quick. It's got the natural bumps that a hat would have. It's got, you can occasionally see the bump on it happen occasionally. But I think it needs a bit more poof. Just not sure how to make it more poofy. Whoops! We put the hat on, and then we take it off. We put the hat on, and then we take it off. Put the hat on. This is like a minigame of itself. Nailed it.
Are any of you guys done with high school or middle school?
Yeah, I've been way done with both of those for quite some time now. What's funny is I have to tell my Japanese professor that I'm a... Well, in Japanese terms, they call it a rokunensei, which means 6-year student. And she looked at me like, what? You're 6 year? To which I sit there and I'm like, yeah. Yeah. The growing pains of being there for a long time. Still needs to be poofy. I think we need to raise this still. Not exactly really wanting to say that this is good yet, so I'm gonna polish it a bit more, but I'm trying to make it poofy. Because I want that really, really poofy hat. Needs more poof. College is pain. Twitch chat best chat, really. Oh my gosh, the emotes. Holy crap. You guys are emotes. Holy crap. Oh yeah, that one's gonna be a problem right here. Actually, this is probably doing what I need it to do. How about you? Oh, okay. No, I see what's going on here. Just right there. Seems a little bit better. Oh, I see the problem I'm having. I see why it's off now. Never mind. I see why it's off. Ah, darn it. It's because this bit of the... These parts right here shoot out of the hat. That's why. That's why it's off. So this is a very straight up facing variant. It needs to be kind of. Let me see if I can get this to work. I don't think I'll be able to. Rotate about the wall. How do I do this? That's not what I wanted to do. It needs to kind of do this. That's what it needs to do. See how this is kind of at an angle? These sides right here are at an angle. Let me just do this so you guys can see. Right here, this is at an angle. Right here is at an angle. These both need to be at that angle, so that way they're doing it correctly. Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that. That's something I didn't notice. Whoops. Actually, I wonder if I can fix that. If I can adjust that still. It's gonna be hard to adjust. Maybe I'll do a second run of this. This is like a first attempt, and then this is like my second time I'll do it again. That might be because it'll help me to do this again. Because again, like I said, this is my first time doing these kind of things, and I actually really need to practice organics. Because people are looking for organic modelers. Those are the ones that need to be done. Okay. That's a bummer. Oh, that's a bummer now. I was sitting there like, why does this not look right? And then now that I've looked at it and I looked at the reference photo, I was like, oh, that's why. Yep, that's why. Yeah, Kai, it's less the dome. The dome is actually almost perfect. It's the fact that it's restricted because this particular white part and this blue part needs to be kind of going at this kind of an angle rather than this way. And because it's going straight up, the dome is restricted a bit. It still has that like fluffy it still has that like that poofiness, but it doesn't have it as much because it's restricted. So I have to basically go and restart the whole model. This will be interesting. So I think that's what I'll go ahead and do on a future stream. So I'll push this model back again and try it again. Because it is, for the most part, close, but it's close for the most part, but there is one major flaw to it. And it's the fact that I took these straight up. But yeah, most of these ideas, most of the exact way that I did this is probably how I'll redo it. I think the one thing I will change is how I did this ribbon bit right here, where this will probably just be a plane with a slight extrusion out. But I think that's really all I need to do. So I'm probably not even going to try to UV this because I'm just going to revisit it. So, but yeah, here. I think this old hat here. Yeah. So what I meant, you guys can kind of see it now, if you look at this hat versus this one. Oh, something I'm going to point out real quick after I show this. So these are supposed to go out like this. It's supposed to kind of arc out. This is going straight up. That's the problem I have. It's the reason why this is restricted. It's not as poofy. The band is good. The band at this part might need a little bit of work still. I might want to go actually... Oh, that looks like it's going out this way a little bit instead of going at that angle. So I need that needs to come out. This is the reason why I kept the old hat, so I can kind of compare it and see what I need to fix the next time I take a run at this. And yeah, these could be wider. This could be much wider. So, okay. I see a few things that I wanted to point, that I was going to talk about. So, all right. One of the things I did want to mention, or at least I wanted to show. Let me show you how a bit ridiculous this hat is. So here's that pillow, and here is one piece of the whatever this is, the ribbon. Yeah, one piece of the ribbon. Here's another piece. I think I should just do Z here. I feel like the modelers made this a little more complicated than it needed to be, but I guess it's fine because it's two planes. So this kind of gives you an idea of how the actual Neptunium model is done. If you were curious, I guess would be the way to put it. G. Oh yeah. C. Then you've got this, which is supposed to cushion the, kind of be the bottom of the hat support. So you'll see this right here. Jeez, in Blender, I don't know how to move models. You can click on the 3 arrows on the screen, or you can simply press the G key. Yes, because the way that they did this is it's a plane. They did 2 planes, and one shows the normal of one side, the other one shows the normal of the other side. Because when if you were to go into, oh no, texture. No, because that's white. So when you're in the game engine, actually no, I'll explain this here. Actually no, I've got a version to show that can work here. I'm gonna go ahead and undo this. I'll show you guys. So I'll show you guys why they do that. So there's a thing when it comes to games called normals. And normal maps, the way they work is when they're created, they basically create, they work as a line that shoots out perpendicular to the shape. And if there is a lack of a normal on one side of the shape, you get what's basically what you guys are all familiar with when you fall out of the world. See how you can see there's a floor here, but when you turn it upside down, there's no floor. That's how normals work. So without the normals, you get what you guys usually see when you fall out of a map. Oh, hi, Nips Pudding. Huh, this is still going on. Yeah, it kind of is. But yeah, this is what happens when you have a normal map that is not shown on the bottom of the floor. So these are planes. So as you can kind of see, like the walls here are missing when you look this way, but they're there when you look this way. Yeah, so they do this because you don't see this normally. You should never see this, and if you do, that means something's happened that should not have happened. Some collision boundaries were failed to reach, and it caused problems for you. So if you see this, that's usually a problem with the game. But yeah, the reason they do this is to save on geometry and to also save on the overall graphics cost. And it's less intensive on the overall game engine to do it things this way. So, and if you guys are that curious, this is a game I made a long time ago. Let's see, can I even play this? P. Oh god, the frame rate is terrible because it's Blender's engine. So yeah, this was a simple game I made on Blender. Nothing absolutely crazy, and you guys probably recognize the staff. It's an old asset I made. So it's basically a platformer, and oh god, this frame rate's miserable. But one of the things that's in Ven, you can kind of see it. There's a wall here, but there's a doorway. If I press R, it reveals the invisible, and it's actually a pass-throughable wall, whereas the rest of it you can't pass through. So what it was this is mostly a platformer that I made a long time ago. That you can kind of see. You can't really do anything without being able to see where you're going. So excuse the horrible quality. This is just me testing the game in general. And I think I remember where most of these platforms are. So yes, aside from the frame rate, and this is actually easy to get over, which is hilarious. So yeah, that was one of the silly little games I made back then, just as like a test run with Blender modeling. Works out pretty well, but if you guys get to see this nightmare. Some of these things have some pretty crazy nightmares on them. That's pretty easy to work with, though. So. There are many ways to make videos, Nep. What kind do you make? Nep Pudding, why don't you make videos? You have one, gratis. Oh. Why? Why, Matthew? Why, though? But yeah. I think that's really all I can really show right now, yeah. So, alright guys, I guess that'll be it for today then. I'm gonna go ahead and say we're good for today. I'm gonna come back and retry this stream again. Or, not this stream. I'm gonna retry this hat model. Because I do want to get it to look like this variant. That's definitely something I do want to get it to look like. In my own way. And so that it'll be returned to. And I'll actually go and see if I can UV it and get it all done correctly. Because, you know, this practice would be good. Excuse you, best CPU's hat. So, alright guys, that'll be it for tonight's stream. And I know it's a little early, but I felt we got a lot done today, and I did learn a lot from just this learning how to model this. So, and yeah, like I said, I'm good at some hard surface modeling, but a lot of things organic-wise, and even then cosmetic-wise, I'm not good at yet. And so the more practice I get, the more I will get better at it. And so I thank you guys for the requests that I do. That's an old meme. Hi, Kobe. Wow, there are 7 people on Twitch right now. What is going on? I am confused. But, alright guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on a future stream or video that I do. Until then, I will catch all you guys again later.